After a year that Noach and the entire, I'll call it the mishpucha, everybody who was in there, I guess all the animals, etc., all became one family after all. Being in such a enclosed quarters for an entire year, they must have developed some friendly relationship, except for the lion that we know that he got very upset and he bit Noach for coming a little late. But then, finally, when Noach realized that the world is dry, says the pasuk that God tells him, "Tzei min hateva ata ve'ishtecha v'necha u'neshev v'necha itach." Exit, leave the teva. You, your wife, your children, and their wives. Not only you, but kol hachaya asher itcha mikol basar ba'oif. All the animals that are with you, all the living beings that are with you in the teva, time to go out. Now one wonders, why did Noach need to be told to leave? Wouldn't he want to leave this wonderful environment of the teva? Just think about it. Living in enclosed quarters, I have a feeling the air conditioning system or the air filtering system was not most up to date. One floor full of, garbage, another floor, an entire zoo, and you're living in this confined environment. Doesn't sound like for the most wonderful cruise ship or cruise experience with the modern amenities that cruises offer today. Why would he need to be told to go out? The first opportunity that he should have, that he would have had, he should have jumped out. And even the animals. No animal wants to be confined. We all know, just open the door to the house if you have some kind of domestic animal, open the door and that animal will be outside. So, why did they also need to be told? Kol hachaya asher itcha. All the animals that are with you, they all go out, make sure they go out. The answer is, because there's another fundamental question. How did they live there for an entire year? What did they eat? How come they didn't destroy those animals there? How come they didn't destroy the teva? Yes, we are told that they made cubicles, rooms. Now, what would it take, let's say, I don't know the animals of at that time, but even present day elephant, what would it take him to just break that wall which was made out of wood? That would be the natural thing for animal want to do. What did they eat during this whole time? Where did they store all the raw meat? So our sages tell us that indeed, those wild animals that didn't eat raw meat, they all ate just grass, just like the domesticated animals. The reason? Because as it says, remember the prophecy of Isaiah, Yeshaya Navi, that says that in time of Mashiach, what's going to be then? The wolf shall dwell with the lamb, the leopard shall lie down with the young goat, and a small child will lead them. That's the description, the environment of the time of Mashiach. So our sages tell us that indeed, inside the teva was already the ambiance, the environment of the time of Mashiach. Why? Because there was such godly revelation inside the teva that it affected the behavior of Noach, of himself obviously, his family, and it affected the behavior even of the animals, of the birds, all the living creatures, small and big, domesticated and wild. They were all affected by the godly revelation which was prevalent and present in the teva. And therefore they lived differently. Now, why would anybody want to leave? Obviously, when you live in such ideal situation, when you're living in such wonderful environment, Noach had to be told to leave. Otherwise, he would just stay there, and so too with the rest of the animals. So the question is, why did God indeed tell him to go out? Why not leave him there? The answer is, Moshiach is not just for a select few. The time of the Messianic redemption is not just that there should be a little oasis, a little boat, an island somewhere, an island in the turbulent waters, where things are wonderful. The entire world has to be permeated with this reality. So God says to Noach, Tzei min hateva. Go out. What means go out? Go out, there is work for you to do. You have to transform the entire world. And now it's possible. Why? Because after the flood, the world has been purified. Now that the world has been purified, you can build on that. You can change it. You can have humanity that will recognize and accept the Geula. And therefore God tells him and the animals, you all have a purpose. So my friends, we are after the flood. We have a purpose. And our goal is to make this environment that was in the Teva happen today.